What up, everyone? Good morning, man. Y'all, I'm on my way from the airport. I wanted to drop this video because it's fresh on my heart and God put it on my heart. And I just really want to give y'all the real, the raw, the truth, and the ugly. Y'all know how my channel is. I'm going to keep it 100 when it comes to Airbnb. Now, to start, just like the title says, man, sometimes I do regret having 14 Airbnbs. Now, I know y'all wondering, like, why? What's going on? Why? Well, number one, we're going to hop straight into it because I want to give y'all 5 key points. So for number one, it's inconsistent income. Now, what I mean by inconsistent income, this can be good or it can be bad. Now, the good thing is you can monitor your income when you do have a set number of properties. The bad thing about this is I say inconsistent income because you're always trying to scale, right? Now, what do you mean? What do you guys think I mean by always trying to scale? Anytime I'm trying to scale to get another Airbnb, my income is very inconsistent because I need to take what I have or what I saved or even the money from working to reinvest it. That's the only way I can be able to develop and adapt to consistent income. Also, when it comes to inconsistent income too, it makes it hard to balance stuff, right? For me, I really just gotta be honest, y'all. Budgeting is just out of the picture, man. The reason why I say budgeting is out of the picture is because you can't budget for unexpected repairs. A lot of things and a lot of times at Airbnb, something happens, and when it comes to Airbnb, it's a world full of right now, right? Everything has to be done right now. It can't wait till tomorrow. It can't wait till 2 weeks later. You got to do it because it develops into reviews. You don't want to have any bad reviews because then that hurts your rating, and then that affects you, which in turn affects your income, inconsistent income. And also too, right, when it comes to these things, guests, not only do they want it instant, but they also want things like a refund. Now, for me, when you have to do things like refund to people, it cuts into your profits, which gives you more and more inconsistent income. Moreover, when it comes to inconsistent income, y'all, you gotta understand, it takes a lot of sacrifice. I really don't think people understand the type of sacrifices you have to give up when you do have up to 14 Airbnbs. Y'all, a lot of my time is spent planning, prepping, getting the properties ready, running to stores back and forth, and then also too, just really being able to understand that there's gonna be a lot of things you gotta miss out on. When you miss out on these things, your income is already decreasing, but at the same time too, it also goes into your mindset, right? You're like, God dang, am I doing this right? Is this really gonna get booked? It's a million things going through your mind, and it leads to more just inconsistent income because you're like, well, let me hurry up and let me finish all this, because if I don't finish all this, then I know my income ain't gonna be as stable, which in turn just hurts you later down the road. Now, remind you, y'all, you have to truly understand these things, what I'm saying when it comes to the inconsistent income part, right? You got to worry about 13 other Airbnbs and hoping that not only that something don't go wrong, but you better hope that, and you better make sure that everything is on point in your listing so you can still make sure you make enough money to cover next month, which in turn leads me into my next point. Point number 2, case in point, job income. I made a video on this a little bit earlier when I first started, but I can't quit my 9 to 5. I don't know about y'all. I'm a cybersecurity engineer. I work for the federal government, right? But literally, mostly all my paychecks and everything I do when I'm working is going towards the business. A lot of people really underestimate this, man. But this is crucial and it's key because if you have a job, the job actually allows you to scale 10 times faster, right? Let's say if I'm lacking on one property and I'm not covering certain expenses, Well, that can be made up with my job, or sometimes too when I'm launching a new property, I can take my job proceeds and I can add that in, which in turns help me launch that property faster, and I just can keep moving. Because there's several times where people don't have a fallback plan. The 9 to 5 in your job can really be a good fallback plan, and you can take that 9 to 5 and what you're doing and just take a little bit and just be able to put something towards that to get you to the next level or get you to that next property. I mean, literally, y'all. Excuse me. I mean, literally, y'all. You cannot fail. It's impossible to fail, because you can also do other things like put in work, overtime. If you got a job where it allows you to work overtime, work the overtime. Work the overtime to be able to balance out the time for your business, and it allows you to continue to scale over and over and over and over. And it's just so funny though, because for some reason, everyone look at you and they think that you have it all. They think that like, oh my God, you must be a millionaire. You must not be struggling and all this stuff too. Excuse my language, hell no. I'm a human, man. Struggling just like everybody else though. And it's funny because I've had plenty of people ask me all the time, oh my God, Smitty, why don't you quit your job, right? Hey, just quit your job and just do that full time. Nope, not gonna happen. It's not worth it. And at the end of the day too, it gives you that cushion. I'm all about safety nets. See, we live in a generation where everybody is always saying, hey, I want to build generational wealth. I want to win big. I want to do this. Yeah, you can win big, you can do that, but be smart about it, man. You don't have to put yourself in a financial hole just because you want to make something look good. I say this all the time, man, and my girl knows. She know I preach it like no tomorrow, man. I never want to be social media famous. I don't care about the influencers or the followers. I don't care about that. What I always wanted to do, which is how I'm building my community now, is in real life, you're going to get the real Smitty. You're going to see me in this one day. You might see me dressed up, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that like, you still gonna talk to me and still realize I'm a down-to-earth person that's still working a job. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that like, oh my God, I grossed this much, and not tell you what I'm really making. And then I remember in the beginning too, when I first got my girl on board, even my parents, when they really didn't understand it, like, why you posting your numbers, people thinking one thing or another. Well, I can't help that. But one thing I am going to do is explain it to the T. I do a great job in my videos, and I always do this because I'm very intentional about it, or explaining about the things that you really go through and why I do need to keep that 9 to 5 job, and how I do use my job money to support my business and to continue to back me up. People think that social media is all about just the glorification of what you see in the gross income. Totally wrong, completely wrong. Again, that's why, me personally, I would never quit my 9 to 5 job until everything else surpasses it, and I just basically never need that job anymore. But even then, right, I'm gonna give y'all another tip with this. You should not only keep your job, but scaling your job. It's something that's so underestimated and devalued, man. You know, I came from a law enforcement career. I started in the Air Force. Then I continued in law enforcement once I did separate and I got out. But I wasn't making nothing. I wasn't making anything, not like when I was a cop. But then when I essentially moved into cybersecurity, right, that leveled up my income, my 9 to 5 income in such a big way. I never in my life been able to make 6 figures in a job. But me being able to leverage that income and make 6 figures in a job allowed me to use that income to, again, propel myself in Airbnb. That's why I keep scaling and I keep doing more and more and more, because my income is increasing on my job. Not just in business, but my job income is increasing to allow me to be able to continue to have 14 Airbnbs or more. Case in point, tip number 3, having the right partner. Lord Jesus. Yo, when I tell you, this is so. Y'all, listen, man. I'm trying to figure out how I even need to word this or get this right, because I'm such in a blessed space with this part that it's probably, if not the most important, man. It dang near is. Having the right partner. what this will do in terms of your business, but also too, to keep me grounded and to knowing that, like, look, it's okay to have 14 Airbnbs. Having the right partner. Y'all, I'm gonna be straight up and I'm gonna be honest. Me and my lady, we literally share finances. Our finances is together. I learned this just by YouTube, honestly, and also watching videos. But also from the past situations that I've had, not having the right partner, y'all, it would drive me insane. And I wouldn't even be half of where I'm at right now if it wasn't for my lady, y'all. Y'all gotta understand, man, having the right partner allows you to have the right mindset. Two is always better than one. You can do this alone and you can go slow, or you can do it together and you can go fast. Once my lady understood that and we both got that understanding with each other, y'all, it's been nothing but up for us. Now, don't get me wrong, that goes back to point number 2 though too. My lady works, man. She's a labor and delivery nurse. Yes. My bad, let me get over in traffic. Y'all know I'm driving. I got my car mount on. But listen, y'all, my lady is a labor and delivery nurse, man. So at the end of the day too, she definitely doing good, you know, working for the government as well too. But one of the things is, with her having that mindset of still working, I got the mindset of still working, but we combine our finances. Once we did that, now we can take it to another level that we couldn't even basically begin to think of we can reach there. What I've realized is that putting our income together, it increases us and it values us so much that we can move 10 times faster. So now, not only do I got that one backbone to fall on, which is my income, working my 9 to 5, but now we also got her income to fall on. But we can put that together, and now we're able to do some of the things and create some of the things that we don't have to worry about or stress about, right? Because most people, right, they need investors. They trying to figure out, who can I borrow money against? Where can I borrow money from? But imagine 2 household incomes over 6 figures, being able to put that together each and every month and being able to discover something that you never even thought you can think of. And again, this is very undervalued, because I have to break it down for y'all like this. When I say having the right partner, Key, right, my lady, she pretty much really got involved with Airbnb maybe a few months ago. But those few months ago, she was able to help us scale the business to somewhere that I never imagined. She was able to clean a lot of different things up that I wasn't seeing. I was used to this same structure that I've been doing. However, when she came into the picture, we added her income, added my income and the business income. What that allowed us to do is create more and bigger ideas to understand that, hey, look, there's something I've been doing that it's okay. Not saying it's bad, but she's able to see some things to create a different type of system to elevate us to another level, which again leads me to my next point. This leads me to my next point, which literally is simple but super, super effective, what Key changed in this business. Now, what that is property management. Now, I know y'all like, dang, property management. Let me tell you how I used to think, y'all. This is crazy. I used to think that, so with property management, I used to think that it was cool to launch your Airbnb and never show up again. And just be like, hey, look, I'll make everybody else handle it and stuff like that. Now, I was right to a certain extent. Again, having the right partner, every step what I'm telling y'all ties into this. Key came into the business, she turned into the property manager, and she completely revamped it, right? My mindset was launch the property, be hands off, don't have to worry about it. Wrong, right? Because this is what led me to having to hire and fire so many different cleaners and finding the right people. Y'all, the sun in my eye, excuse me. But what I'm saying is, what Key was able to do is, when she came into the idea now and she took over as the property manager, what she was able to do is implement tools and different systems to, like, having the cleaner send the pictures, right? It's very important that you do these things. For me, I didn't understand how important it was because I just put my trust into people right away. With Key being a labor and delivery nurse and her understanding of how to scale and how to grow, not only just basically in her career field, but it carried over into the property management side. We were able to come up with a system to where these cleaners got to take the pictures and send it to us. So now Kia's like, hey, this pillow ain't in the right spot. That isn't there. That don't look clean. Just certain things like that can really revamp and change the whole entire aspect of the Airbnb business. Now, not only that, but another good piece with this is Key created a standard. Y'all, and again, I'm going to keep giving her flowers on this because she changed the business. Again, having the right business partner in life and as well as to your love life will do wonders for you. But y'all, when I say she changed the standard of it, Key came up with something to where we do duvets. I don't know if y'all know what duvets is, but it's basically a duvet, which is like a cover, right? Pretty much like a comforter, but on the inside of that comforter, there's an insert, or the duvet insert. So when the cleaners come in, all they need to do is come in, take the insert out, and they just wash the duvet, and then they put the new duvet on top of the other cover, that the insert that it was in. Simple, easy, standard, right? And then Key was able to order double sets of everything, have a cleaner's closet, and then also to change the standard up for we do white towels, white rags, and also too, just any type of linen is white, even down to the sheets. So now the standard is created that the beds need to be tucked, the duvets need to be out, everything needs to be a certain way. And after the clean happens, the pictures have to be sent right after the clean. Y'all, property management 101. Do you understand what that has did for the business? For me, I wasn't checking for that stuff. I just would trust people, and it just really was pushing it down the drain. Another key factor, last but not least, with property management, finances. Yeah, I can't tell you enough, right? The system that was implemented and how Key did that changed everything so much, right? Because we pay on a weekly basis. So it's so easy now that every week, all we have to do is go back to the date the picture was, and the cleaner actually sent us the pictures and with the date. So now we just cross-referencing every single thing versus how I used to do it, where sometimes I'm paying the cleaners and refunding guests when the job really wasn't even done all the way. So it just creates more balance when you actually when you get your properties managed properly. So thanks to Key in that aspect, we were able to transform and completely revamp it to make sure that that's understandable in regards to property management. Now, carrying on to the last and one of the most important rules. This is the most important. Something that I just really mastered and I learned last month. Yes, y'all, out of 5 years of us doing Airbnb, I just learned this last month. Pay yourself, y'all. Pay yourself. We're not out here working for free, man. You have to understand, like, when I say that, having 14 Airbnbs can be glorious, but at the same time too, can be much of a headache. It's because if I don't pay myself, y'all, I'm telling you right now, the business transformed last month for me when I paid myself. I'm gonna have to show y'all what I grossed last month. But in terms, I was able to basically make $7,000 or about $6,500, you know? And the reason why I was able to do that is the standard that we created by paying yourself. When I say pay yourself, dang, this light is really hitting in my eyes, y'all. When I say pay yourself, I'm meaning every transaction that I get on Airbnb, anytime a booking comes through, what I decided to do was I take $100 from it. Take $100. Because I know no less than like $400 is coming from each and every booking, right? But if I take $100 from every booking and I'm able to put it away to the side, then that keeps me in a place where I'm comfortable and I actually didn't forget to pay myself. So a good rule of thumb for us, what I'm doing, you know, to just make it simple and easy is now, however many bookings I get is how much I make a month. To keep it very simple, right? $100 equals one booking. So if I get, usually on average, I'm getting no less than like 50 bookings a month. So if I get 50 bookings, I know I'm making $5,000 every month. No less, that's gonna be the standard no matter what. So that way that takes care of being able to pay me right away. And then I'm also taking the small chunk of it and just moving it to pay myself. So that way I'm not seeing it. And it was the most creative thing I've ever did, but also too the most effective, because by the time we got to the end of the month, I'm like, oh my God, this is pretty dope, right? I'm actually seeing the fruits of our labor for the work that we put in, the work that we're done. And then also too, the other piece to this is something real big and something that I got away from, but I'm finally catching it again. And this is honestly what helped my business survive through COVID. This is what took me like really to another level, because people were trying to understand why I was still thriving in COVID. But staying a month ahead, it's so simple. It's simple as, hey, but if you stay a month ahead, and the way that Airbnb is set up is I'm always getting bookings in advance. If I stay a month ahead and I see where my projected earnings are going each month, then I'm never at a loss. I'm never at a loss. No matter what happens, no matter what repairs come my way, no matter any type of unexpected anything, I never got to worry about it. Because if I'm paying myself and I'm getting unexpected repairs, but just because I'm a month ahead, nothing matters. Literally nothing matters, y'all. Like when I tell you, man, like I actually made more money ever in life during COVID. And it's because of that. That is what saved my business, and that's what put me on the map. That's also too where I was able to run my business where I didn't have to leverage any type of debt or anything like that too. So that's the importance of that. Now, to close this out, like I told y'all, man, God put this message on my heart. I really wanted to get it out to you guys, and I really want you guys to understand, man. 14 properties, it can be a hassle, and yeah, sometimes feeling like you want to quit, but having the right systems and having those 5 effective tools that I told you has taken me to places that I can't even imagine. And now, me being able to actually pay myself and not have to worry about so many other issues and stuff like that too, it helps. It just truly helps. So with that being said, what I want y'all to do, man, like always, go ahead and subscribe. Let me know what else y'all want me to discuss or hit on. But at the end of the day, man, like I always say, trust God. And with this channel, I'm going to give you the real, the raw, the truth, and the ugly. Let's see, man.